If winter has left you feeling low on energy, stuck in your head, or quietly doubting yourself, this episode is for you. Today, we're talking about simple winter happy habits, gentle affirmations, and grounding practices you can use even when motivation is low. There's nothing to fix, nothing to push, just small supportive ways to break free from negative thinking and come back to yourself. One steady moment at a time. Come on in. It's time to choose happy. Wherever you are, whatever kind of day you're having, this is your reminder. You have a choice. If you're ready to break free from self-doubt and negative thinking, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Marie, and this is the Choose Happy with Marie podcast. Welcome. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well and have had a really good week. If you're listening to this episode while doing something else, whether you're driving, walking, folding the laundry, doing the dishes, I want to invite you to slow just a little for the next few minutes. Let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw. Take one gentle breath, because if you press play today, there's a good chance your energy has been a little lower than usual. Maybe motivation has been feeling harder to access. Maybe your thoughts have felt a little heavier. Or maybe you're just tired of feeling like you should be handling things better than you are. Winter has a way of doing that. The days are shorter, the light is softer, the pace changes, whether we want to or not. And when our energy dips, negative thinking often fills the space. Today's episode is here to support you through that. Not by pushing you to think more positively, because we're not into fake positivity here at Choose Happy. Not by asking you to fix anything, because you are not broken, right? That's another key foundation piece of choosing happy. But by helping you break free from negative thinking in a way that fits this season that we're currently in, living the winter season. That's for those of us who live in a 4-season climate. If you live in a climate where it's summer all year long, I am just really jealous. One of the things I want to normalize right away is this. Low motivation during winter, where it's cold, snowing, freezing rain, is not a personal flaw. I have it, and I'm hearing it from my friends and clients. It's not a sign that you're doing something wrong, and it's definitely not proof that you're losing your way. I wanted to create this episode because you may have put in place New Year resolutions or goals earlier this year. And here we are in the second month of the year, if you are listening to this episode as soon as it comes out. And you might not be advancing with it as far along as you want to be. I know I'm feeling that way. Here's what often happens to many of us during the winter season. When our energy drops, our inner critic can get louder. We start telling ourselves stories like, I should be more productive. I should enjoy winter activities. That's the answer. Or so that's what others tell me. At least that's what my husband tells me. But what if you don't enjoy skiing or skating or any of those other outdoor activities? Or there's bad weather outside and you don't want to be out there. Maybe you don't feel safe. And then you're stuck indoors for a really long time. And that's perfect conditions for negative thinking to kick in. These thoughts, they don't feel neutral. They feel heavy, judgmental, defeating, like a winter coat. Imagine a heavy winter coat and heavy boots. This is how negative thinking sneaks in. quietly, convincingly, and repeatedly. And the problem isn't that those thoughts show up. The problem is when we believe them without questioning them. So instead of asking yourself, what's wrong with me right now? I invite you to ask yourself this more supportive question. What do I need right now? What do I need right now? That question alone can begin to loosen the grip of negative thinking. Here's something important to remember. When our system is tired, thinking our way out of self-doubt rarely works. You can tell yourself all the right things, but if your body feels depleted, your mind won't fully receive them. That's why winter needs simple, tangible, and grounding moments. So I'm not suggesting another mindset practice, although I'm here for them. Not another habit to maintain, because again, we believe in habits here. But right now, in the winter season, when we're not feeling our best self due to the weather, we're not outside like we normally are doing. We're not doing those walks perhaps because the weather isn't nice enough to do that. We're needing small actions that gently interrupt the mental spiral long enough for relief to come in. Think of these as anchors, something steady to hold on to when your thoughts are starting to feel unsteady. I invite you to visualize an anchor as something positive. Think of a captain who's choosing to put down his or her anchor so that the boat doesn't leave the intended spot. An anchor, seen in this way, holds a boat from moving where the captain doesn't want the boat to go. And that's what I'm suggesting here. Small actions that can create small little anchors that keep you where you want to be, even though it's feeling difficult to be there. And I call those things choose happy, winter, happy habits. And don't let the word habit scare you off. This is not something negative. I know there's many of us out there that as soon as I say the word habit, you're like, oh, nope, can't do this. I'm stuck in my ways. This isn't what I'm talking about. This is not something hard to do. It's not a list of things you need to start doing. These are not habits to track or perfect or maintain. I invite you to see them as anchors. They're just simple, seasonal supports that you can reach for when your thoughts are feeling heavy and your motivation is low. And I'm going to walk you through 4 of them today. You don't need to remember all 4. You don't need to do all 4. Just notice which one feels comforting and do that one. Each one is designed to gently interrupt negative thinking and bring you back to yourself. That's all it's doing. If you're on my email list, you will receive this list in this week's email. If you are not yet on my list, you can subscribe at my website, choosehappywithmurray.com. The link to subscribe will also be in the episode show notes. So let's dig in. Winter habit number 1, or what I call winter happy habit number 1. Warmth as emotional support. Let's start with one of the most overlooked supports that we have in winter, and that is warmth. When negative thinking is loud, the body is often craving comfort. I don't know about you, but I tend to have more cravings for comfort food during these months. So before you try to calm your thoughts, you can support your body without having to reach for those snacks. Perhaps you can put on your favorite cozy sweater or wrap yourself in a beautiful blanket or hold a warm mug in both hands. A dear friend of mine dropped by my house the other day and she asked me to boil water for her. And I thought, okay, she wants a cup of tea. But rather, So she wanted a cup of hot water to keep her warm. And perhaps you do that as well. I know I've been doing that through the winter just to kind of keep me warm. So I wasn't completely surprised when she asked for it. I just didn't know other people did that too. And actually, as I'm speaking to you right now, I do have a mug of hot water that is keeping me warm. What happens when we do those things? When we put on a cozy sweater, we wrap ourselves in a blanket, or we hold a warm mug in both of our hands. We are letting ourselves feel physically supported. And while you're doing these things, these comforts, you can also say an affirmation like this: I am allowed to feel comforted. You don't need to earn this time to do this. It's not to happen because you did this, that you have to do everything on your to-do list before you can put on a cozy sweater or wrap yourself in a blanket. It happens because you say, I need it. It isn't indulgent. It's actually regulating. And when your body feels safer, your thoughts naturally soften. This is one way you can help break free from negative thinking in the winter season by caring for yourself, your physical body, instead of criticizing yourself. The second winter happy habit, number 2, is called light against heavy thoughts. Winter can feel emotionally heavy because literally it's darker. Less daylight hours, more shadows, more quiet. So one simple way to interrupt negative thinking is to bring in light intentionally. You can light a candle, turn on your lights, and sit near a window, even for a few minutes every day. This is especially important when the sun is coming in. As you're lighting the candle, as you're turning on the lamp or sitting near the window, you can say to yourself, I can bring light into this moment. You're not denying what's hard. You're reminding yourself that darkness isn't the whole story. Sometimes breaking free from negative thinking isn't about changing your thoughts. It's about changing your environment just enough to support them. Winter happy habit number 3, gentle movement to quiet the mind. If your thoughts feel stuck or repetitive, gentle movement can help release them. And I want to be very clear here, this is not about exercise, like the per se exercise, going to a class or something like that. I'm referring to just movement that feels kind, gentle, and easily accessible. For example, roll your shoulders. You could stretch your arms overhead. Take a slow walk around your home. And if you can get outside, it's even better. And as you move, you can say to yourself, I don't need to push to make progress. Movement reminds your nervous system that things can shift, even if it's slowly happening. And that reminder alone can start quieting the inner critic. And winter happy habit number 4, one supportive choice. And this may be the most powerful habit of all 4 of them. This is where you ask yourself, what would feel supportive right now? It's not about being productive or impressive. Just what would be supportive for you right now? Maybe you need to lie down. Maybe you need to rest. Maybe it's nourishment. Maybe you need to make yourself a really nice dinner. Maybe it's saying no to one thing instead of pushing through. And then you can gently say, I trust myself to care for myself. Every time you choose support over self-judgment, you weaken negative thinking. You're teaching yourself that your worth is not earned through effort. It is honored through care. So that's the 4 choose happy winter habits. Winter habit number 1, warmth as emotional support. Support your body without having to eat snacks. Put on a cozy sweater, wrap yourself in a blanket, hold a warm mug in both hands, perhaps drinking your favorite hot beverage. Winter happy habit number 2, light against heavy thoughts. Light a candle, turn on a lamp, sit near a window, especially on a sunny day, even if it's just for a few minutes. And as you do, you can say, I can bring light into this moment. Winter happy habit number 3, gentle movement to quiet the mind. Movement reminds your nervous system that things can shift, even if it's slowly. And winter happy habit number 4, 1 supportive choice. Ask yourself, what would feel supportive right now? When your thoughts do start looping, consider returning to any one of these affirmations. I don't need to believe every thought I think. This moment does not define me. Even now, I am worthy of kindness. 5 minutes of care is enough. You don't have to force these to feel true. Just let them sit beside the negative thought. Over time, they will create space. And in that space, you will start seeing freedom. If winter has felt heavier than you expected, I want you to hear this. You are not doing happiness wrong. This season is asking for gentleness, not grit. Let these winter happy habits be your way back to steadiness. Let 5 minutes be enough. And remember, every small interruption of negative thinking is a powerful act of self-trust. I'm so glad you're here. Spring will soon be here. I'm really looking forward to it. If this episode was helpful to you, please leave a review for the show. It helps others who might also be struggling to live their happy life, to help them find guidance, to give them the extra support so that they too can live their happy life. It can make a positive difference in their lives because they saw your review. You can leave a review on your favorite podcast app. And remember to join my email list to receive additional content related to the weekly episodes. The link will be in the show notes. I hope this episode was helpful to you. As always, I enjoy hanging out with you, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week choosing happy. Cheers! Thanks for listening to Choose Happy with Marie. If today's episode spoke to you, I would love it if you could share it with a friend or leave a quick review for the show. It helps more women find this kind of support. Remember, you don't have to overhaul your life to start feeling better. You just have to choose happy right where you are, one choose happy choice at a time. I'll see you next time. Take care.